Welcome to this guided meditation journey about the history of the Stone Age. This will be the first of many guided meditation experiences on this channel. Please remember that these stories that are historical in nature are only based on historical events and experiences and facts. This is a fictional novelization of history, not a 100% accurate retelling of historical events with absolutely no changes at all. These stories are designed to be entertaining and relaxing, not a 100% accurate portrayal of anything at all. As you close your eyes, please try to let go of all your stress and worries for the duration of this guided meditation journey. These guided meditation journeys are designed to transport you as realistically as possible in the world of the story whenever the story takes place. There are no hard rules for enjoying these journeys. Just simply try to relax, unburden your mind, and enjoy the experience. As you walk through the vast old-growth forest, you feel the gentle, warm breeze of a warm spring day as you search for food and fresh water to provide sustenance for yourself and your family. Your feet sink into the soft soil as navigate through the dense forest. You are a hunter-gatherer living in a time before civilization existed. Every day is a challenge, as you must use your instincts and skills to protect yourself from predators and find nourishment and resources for you and your family. The Stone Age was a time when humans evolved from using simple tools made from rock to more complex ones made from bone, ivory, and wood. You can see the stone tools I crafted by hand lying beside you as you rest under a tree. As you close my eyes and imagine, you can see the faces of my ancestors who lived during this time and their way of life. They would hunt for their food, fashion clothes out of animal hide, and make shelters out of leaves and branches. You think about your ancestors and how much they mean to you and how they lived in harmony with nature, recognizing its power and respecting its boundaries. As you continue to meditate, you feel a sense of wonder and curiosity about the world around you. The Stone Age was a pivotal time in human history, marking the beginning of our journey toward civilization and technological advancement. As you continue to meditate peacefully under this massive tree, you remember the urgent task to collect a bunch rare medicinal plant that only grow deep in the forest where the conditions are right that are badly needed by the village herbalist to heal a disease outbreak in the village. You had always been curious about the world around you and have always had a deep love for your village and its people. When you learned that a rare plant was needed for a specific medicinal purpose, you knew you had to find it. With nothing but your wits and determination, you set out on a journey through the dense jungle, navigating through thick vines and towering trees. You encountered all kinds of animals along the way, from snakes to monkeys, but your determination never wavered. Days turned into weeks, and you grew tired and hungry, but you refused to give up, knowing that your village is counting on you. One night, as you sat by your campfire, you noticed a faint glow in the distance. Your heart leaps with excitement. Was this the rare plant you had been searching for? The next morning, you follow the glow until you come upon a clearing. In the center of the clearing stood a tree unlike any you have ever seen before. Its leaves glow with an otherworldly light, and you now know that this was the plant you have been searching for. With great care, you harvest all the plants that are necessary for the remedy, and you make your way back to the village. The journey had been long and difficult, but you have succeeded. The people of your village are overjoyed and grateful, and they hail you as a hero. From that day forward, You know that anything is possible if you put his mind and heart into it, and the rare plant you have found becomes a symbol of hope and inspiration for generations to come. Well, your journey wasn't an easy one. You had to face all kinds of obstacles, but you did it. You overcame your fears and doubts and saved all the people of your village. Guided meditation journey 2. As you close your eyes and take a deep breath, allow yourself to be transported back in time to the bustling city of ancient Mesopotamia. Imagine yourself walking through the streets lined with tall mud brick buildings, bustling marketplaces, and ornate temples. The warm sun shines down on your skin, and the aroma of spices and herbs fills the air. As you walk, you notice the intricate carvings on the buildings and the colorful mosaics that adorn the streets. Take your time to absorb the sights and sounds around you, allowing yourself to become fully immersed in this ancient world. You approach a grand temple, its walls towering above you. You decide to enter, drawn by the soothing chants that emanate from within. Inside, you find yourself in a peaceful sanctuary filled with flickering candles and the soft scent of incense. As you sit down, you notice that your surroundings begin to fade away, and you feel yourself becoming lighter and more relaxed. You are surrounded by a gentle white light that envelops your body, filling you with warmth and comfort. As you breathe deeply, you begin to imagine the people of ancient Mesopotamia going about their daily lives, trading goods and working in the fields. You see farmers tilling the rich soil and herders tending to their flocks, all under the watchful eye of the gods. You feel a sense of connection to these ancient people, recognizing that despite the centuries between you, you share a common humanity. You understand their dreams, their fears, and their hopes. As you continue to meditate, you hear the distant sounds of music, laughter, and conversation. You recognize the songs as being sung by women who play instruments made up of a small number of bone and wood and string instruments. They dance together as they sing to one another in unison, and though you can't make out their words from here, you know they're expressing joy and gratitude towards the gods for bringing them together. As you listen intently, you can almost feel their presence next to you, sharing in their shared joy and appreciation. They sing joyously, but soothingly, and you feel the love that flows throughout the land like rivers flowing through a verdant valley rich with plants and animals. It is this kind of music that brings comfort to those outside the gates of their own temples. To the residents of these places, the gods are present everywhere. You could say there's a constant spiritual energy in every corner of their life. You open your eyes and see that you are still sitting in front of the temple. The feeling from before remains, but now you're not alone. A young woman sits across from you, gazing at you intently. Your heart jumps a little in anticipation. She seems familiar somehow. Suddenly she smiles and says, "Welcome to our city. Let me show you around and tell you all about our people and our way of life." She stands up and offers her hand to help you up. You smile as you shake her hand in response, feeling an overwhelming sense of happiness wash over you. She leads you inside the large building, where she shows you a few rooms and explains each of them in great detail. Each room has a different style of decoration. Some feature tapestries covering the wall, which you find to be very beautiful. One contains images from mythological creatures such as the ram and horse, while another depicts scenes of mighty victories over evil mythological monsters. There are paintings of battles and wars, and even depictions of gods. Finally, she shows you a series of large rooms connected by wooden bridges on the second floor of this large building. These rooms contain many items that remind you of the home you grew up in. There are trinkets and jewelry and clothes that are exquisitely designed with rich silk dyed with the finest of natural dyes. Her explanations are full of enthusiasm, and she makes it clear that each room is important to her in the same way that the temple was to you. You are amazed to have been transported so unexpectedly to the beautiful ancient city of Mesopotamia, one of the very first recorded civilizations in the world. She continues speaking of this wondrous place, giving details on each of the temples, and how these things were created by the gods of ancient Mesopotamia. She tells you about her family, about how her mother and father are the emperor and empress of this grand city, and how they have many sons and daughters who all hope to be great leaders and rulers as well one day too. She then shows you what her favorite rooms look like, and points out some places where you might find interesting things to pick up. You also notice that she has lots of pictures on a nearby shelf of her friends and family. She tells you that these are all things she keeps around to remind herself that her family is still there. You wonder with great amazement why one of the most high-ranking princesses in the city showing you all these things without fear or suspicion at all. But then you realize how you are dressed. You were going to a fabulous dinner party with the highest achieving members of your work team, and you are dressed in fine silk clothing with pure gold jewelry encrusted with rubies and sapphires and small diamonds. No wonder she believes that you are high-ranking royalty. You think as you glance around the lovely room. Your cheeks flush. She notices and gives you a curious look. You tell her about how you have just recently planned to go to a grand feast for royalty only, and how you plan to make a toast to the Lord of the feast as the special master of ceremonies. She gives you a knowing nod, as if saying of course you do, and turns to leave the room. You follow behind her. She stops and holds up a finger as if waiting for you to catch up with her. You stop as well, confused. She begins to speak. She tells you that the food will be served on the balcony, so you should grab something on the way there. Then she disappears down a narrow hallway. You head in the direction indicated, and as you reach the end of the hall, she steps into view again. She is standing in front of a door adorned with golden designs. This is the grand feast of the emperor and empress. The feast table is lined with multi-tiered plates and serving trays made of pure gold and silver filled to capacity with sweetbreads and succulent pulled pork roasted perfectly with amazing smelling, savory sauces and spiced and herb dry rubs on them. There are vegetables and fruits and spices and desserts such as sugar jelly cubes flavored with fresh fruit juice, as well as low alcohol content wines of all flavors, but especially of the traditional style flavor, because that's what everybody likes the best. You don't drink wine, but you are interested enough to smell the aromas. You fix a plate to eat and wonder what to do about the drinks. But however, you notice some bowls of fresh fruit juice laid out for mixing and pour a glass of fresh pomegranate juice into a golden goblet and hope for the best. But nobody minds at all, because they appear to think you are some kind of deity or something like that. Excellent, you think to yourself. You follow the princess to the far side of the room and notice the various groups of guests seated around the enormous rectangular dining table. Everyone is chatting excitedly and eating enthusiastically. You notice several men and women talking about business and politics, others discussing their latest adventures. Everyone looks to be having fun and happy. You notice this makes your heart swell with pride. Greetings, mighty deity of the other world. Booms a very important looking man. Are you here to ascend to the throne in due time and take your place as the mightiest ruler of all time? Before you can say anything, you wake up, discover just how effective your meditation session was. You were really there, for real. But now you must move on to other tasks. Thank you very much everyone for listening to this guided meditation session. Please like and subscribe for more meditations. Thank you again.